In this video, I'm going to talk about how to use thin reeds to weave the base of a basket and start a cat's head base, which is starting with an open base and then creating 4 little feet or ears in the bottom of your basket to create a cat's head shape. It's a fun shape to play around with, and you can use it to start lots of different types of baskets. In this series, we're going to do a vase shape basket, so playing with tension and ease. There's going to be multiple videos in this series, so check the description below for all the videos as they come out. Hey there, my name is Brittany Stanton. I'm a basket weaver and fiber artist. The pattern and instruction manual is linked in the description below. You can purchase that there for all of the details on the cut lengths and the materials and all of that. You'll want to pre-cut your stakes before we get started here, and then mark at the center with a pencil mark on all of your stakes. Then you're going to dunk these into your water bin, get them damp, and have them ready to go for our base weaving. The stakes we're using for this basket are flat oval, so when you put the center mark on your stake, put it on the flat side because that's going to be the inside of the basket. We want the rounded side to face the outside of the basket. So split your stakes in half so that you have half of the stakes that you're going to work with right now and the other half set aside in your water bin just to keep them out of your way. Now lay out this first half so that the center marks line up side by side. This will look familiar if you've done an open base with me before. Now all of these lined up. I'm going to use my spoke weight so that I don't have to hold these and I can do some adjusting. We're working with an even number of stakes in both directions, which is important to note because when we weave in the other direction, it's going to impact how we weave this base so that it's nice and even. Now grab your second set of stakes, and I mentioned we have an even number of stakes here, which means that we're going to put a stake on either side of the center mark. So we'll do 4 stakes on one side, 4 stakes on the other. So I'm going to work closest to me first. We're going to work over, under, over, under, over, under, over, under, working perpendicular to the original set of stakes here. For this new stake we're putting in place, so that it's between these 2 center pieces. Now I'm going to take a new piece and weave opposite of that first piece. And now this one I'm going to press in towards the center. Now I'm going to weave 2 more on this side of the center mark, making sure to weave opposites. And now I have half on this side, so I'm going to switch the spoke weight over and weave half to the other side. So I'm using this guy as a reference. This one I started on an over, so this new one I'm going to start on an under, over, under, over. When you have a grid with all of your stakes woven in, just double check that all of these are woven opposite of the one before so that you have a nice solid grid woven in place. To twine this base, because we're working in such a small space, we're going to need to soak the round reed for about 2 to 3 minutes to ensure that it's nice and pliable and it's not going to break on us as we start to weave. Grab 2 pieces of round reed. You can use the round reed from your kit if you're using the Textile Indie kit, or grab 2 pieces that go around the perimeter of the basket with a little bit of extra metal clamps. And we're going to start on the 3rd and the 4th stake here. So go under the 4th stake. So I counted in 4 from the left. I'm going to go under that stake with one of the ends of round reed and come on top of the 3rd. So I'm weaving backwards a little bit and then clamp that in place. And then count over to the 5th stake, go under the 5th stake, lay this on top of the 4th stake and clamp that in place. Now you're set up for twining. We're going to use our left hand, put both round reeds in our left hand. This is going to be our resting position. Each time we do a stitch, we return to this position. So this piece that's on top right here, we're going to take and bring under the following stake, tuck that in underneath, nice and close, and then back to your resting hand. Now this piece is on top. We're going to take this up and under the following stake, and then back to your resting hand. Now this piece is on top, go under the following stake. What we're doing is switching positions so that there's a little crisscross between the stakes. When you get to a corner, the piece that's underneath goes first. So we're going to create a little crimp or a crease in that corner, trying to make sure we have just enough material to turn the corner without having too much. Too much will bubble out, and when the basket's done, you'll have a little bit sticking out. So we try to keep that pretty tight. And now this one on top goes underneath this corner stake. We'll fold that around as well, like so. And then the one on top goes underneath. And pack this in as you go to ensure that it's nice and close to the perimeter of your stakes. When you get to the side with the clamps, remove those. The round reed will stay in place here. Turn your corner. And then we're going to twine up to the tail. So I'll go under this guy, pack this in place, and then under the next one. And we're going to cut these so that we have 2 tails per stake on each of these stakes so that they crisscross like this. So I'll cut this one right here and this one right here so that the ends extend beyond the stake. They can sit on top of that stake right next to their counterpart. We're going to start weaving the cat's head shape into the basket. So flip this over, your base over, so that you're looking at the outside of the basket now. Grab a piece of 1/4 inch wide flat oval reed, put it in your water bin to start to soak as we set this up. So looking at the outside of your basket, we're going to take the 2 corner pieces here and crisscross these and clamp this in place. So the 2 that are right kitty corner from each other, clamp that in place. And you want this to push that corner up, so you can press these corners up by pinching them, crisscross those 2, and then clamp them so that this pushes upright just a little bit. These corners are pushing up off the table. Now I'm going to do this side, bring this upright, crisscross, then clamp that in place. Same thing over here. Allow this to push upright, then crisscross, and clamp that in place. So now you have 4 little corners. The clamps are helping press these up so that they're lifting off the table, and we're starting to get that curve in the base. So each of these is the little cat ears or cat feet that poke up, and we're going to emphasize that with the weaving. We're going to start on this side away from us, and we're going to start on top of a stake. So I'm going to tuck under one and then lay this on top of this 4th stake in. So if you count the corner stake, I'm counting into the 4th stake in. I'm going to clamp this in place, and we're going to weave a few rows with this flat against the table to start to emphasize that cat's head and start to create a bowl base. And then from there, we'll start to play with tension and ease. I went over, under, over, under. When you get to a corner, you're going to take the clamp out, weave over under like you need to, and then move these back together, clamp those so that they're back in position, and then you can come in and bring your weaver so that it's snug up where you want it to be. You don't have too much, you have just enough to round that corner. And then I'm going to continue weaving on this side, over under, making sure you maintain that over under pattern all the way across. Now here again, I'm going to undo this clamp, allow this to weave under over, and then re-clamp these, crisscross, turn. I'm going to turn my whole towel piece so that I can look at this from the side, and I'm going to continue weaving. And we are weaving with 1/4 inch wide flat oval on 1/4 inch wide flat oval stakes. When you've come back around to the side that you started on, we're going to turn, and you can remove the clamp. We're going to weave up to the point where we have this tail. We're going to cover that tail, and then this is where the stair step comes into play. So when we do a round, because we have an even number of stakes, we need to do an over 2 every time we do 1 lap around the basket. And we're weaving this in continuous weave, so we're going to continue weaving around with the same piece of reed without cutting it. So here, where my end is, I'm going to cover that end and go over that one and then over the next one. So I'm going over these 2, which then sets me up to do my over under pattern for the next row. So it's going to be a little bit of an angle right here. Now I'm going to do this corner again, take the clamp out, re-clamp that in place, and then situate my corner where I want it to sit. And then I'll weave this side, around the basket. So we'll weave around, building up this base until we have between 5 and 7 rows, depending on how big you want the base to be. When you get back to that starting point where we did the over 2 on the last round, now you're going to skip 1 and do over 2, 1 to the right. So I'm going to go over this one and over this one and then under. So I'm continuing that stair step. It's going to move 1 over each time we go around. Now when you get back to your starting point and you've done 3 rows around, now we're going to do a little adjusting of our stakes. So I want you to move these outwards from the center so that we start to angle them and we start to create more of a spoke-like structure, where this creates more of a circle than a square. So we're aiming to gain a circle shape with this starting square shape that we began with. So I'm going to angle these out, try to get these to fan out. We'll continue weaving, making sure to catch that over 2 when you get to your stair step. Replace your clamps as needed. When you run out of reed, we're going to splice in a new piece as you would for other baskets. So end your reed on top of a stake so that end sticks up, and then grab a new piece. And we're going to do a 4 stake overlap, moving backwards to splice in this new piece. I'm going to clamp this in place so it doesn't slide out on me, and then continue to weave. So now I have 4 rows. I'm going to do my 5th row around before we adjust the clamps. When you have 5 rows built up on your base, your cat's head, or the little feet in the base, should be solidified. If your base has flattened, you may want to go back and redo this section in order to build those feet up, because they won't form after this point if they haven't already. If you want to continue weaving with however your basket's turning out, that's totally fine too. It's up to you, your ultimate basket results. We're going to continue weaving this in the next video in the series, so be sure to check back for that. Until then, check out this video, like and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next one. Happy weaving. Bye.